Hi, I'm Bobby Donaldson, Professor of History at the University of South Carolina, where I direct the Center for Civil Rights History and Research, and I serve as the lead scholar for Columbia SC 63, Our Story Matters. We're standing in front of the legendary Township Auditorium, a venue known for great performances and concerts, but the Township Auditorium is also a site of many civil rights protests and demonstrations. It was here in 1946 where the Southern Negro Youth Congress met, where they gathered to strategize about effective ways to address social injustice, to address police brutality, to address disfranchisement, and numerous other civil rights issues. This event here at the Township was organized by local leader Majeska Monteith Simpkins. She was supported by Benedict College professor Dr. Annabelle Weston, journalist John H. McCrae, and activist Osceola McCain. Students gathered here from around the country, and indeed from around the world, to strategize about the best ways to address Jim Crow policies and to fight injustice in this country. They gathered here in October of 1946. They were joined by leaders from around the country, including the great activist and artist Paul Robeson gathers here and encourages the young people to lend their voice to the cause of social justice. On the last day of the Southern Negro Youth Congress, the keynote speaker was Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. He speaks at Tisdale Chapel on the campus of Benedict College. He delivers an address entitled "Behold the Land." And in this address, he encourages young people to be the foot soldiers for change in the South. Many of those persons who gathered here for the Southern Negro Youth Congress were students from Columbia, from Columbia's Booker T. Washington High School, Benedict College, and Allen University. In addition, the Township has witnessed meetings of the NAACP. In November of 1955, Thurgood Marshall speaks at the Township, and he thanks South Carolina for their critical role in the ruling of Brown versus the Board of Education. And he salutes members from Clarendon County who were part of the case Briggs versus Elliott, one of several cases that were part of the landmark Brown v. Board decision. The White Citizens Council met here at the Township to oppose integration. They were joined by Strom Thurmond and other leading leaders of South Carolina at the time. It was also here at the Township in late September of 1959 that a young Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. meets in Columbia for a gathering of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. This conference was organized by strategist Ella Baker and was supported by local businessman I.S. Levy. They gathered here to speak about the next phase of the civil rights movement. That was the fall of 1959, and in the spring of 1960, students from around the country began to gather for sit-ins. Many of those students gathered here at the Township to strategize and to organize these struggles. The Township Auditorium, an important site in Columbia, an important civil rights site, the Township, a place that matters.